Leomord and Fanny coming out and joining the MPL fun.
Leomord, very cutie.
Alright. Yeah. I think Benny Cutie is capable of doing so as well.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
He's capable.
I mean, we're just basing it on our previous stats, guys. We got Etomax really playing Leomord. We also have Sagit playing Leomord.
But having two skilled Leomord players, give it to the Leomord player.
Why not
Benny
make it
Cutie.
3? Why not make it 3?
I mean,
we have 2 Leomord players.
Why not make it 3?
Make it 3.
Or probably give Chaknu attack Leomord as well.
Yeah. So you have 5. I have 4.
You have 4. Then Hate probably get 5 Leomord players.
Why not?
What's better than 4?
Yeah,
make it 5.
Make it 5. Quick match, just inspired by Majin there. Man, I think everything got wiped off the table, same as everything got wiped off when the Project Next Patch was introduced. Yeah. We have a Fanny here. I have no idea where is that coming from, but I have no complaints.
I have no complaints as well.
No complaints for this game.
And you know what? We didn't really talk about the Terizla.
Yeah.
I mean, Terizla
is okay to greet the Loyi.
Was balanced.
Yeah.
A very balanced hero right now.
Yeah.
His current passive was taken to the previous one that season 3 Terizla pick that they were doing. It was reverted back to that certain spot where he was deemed to be one of the most OP heroes and tankiest heroes in the game. But the thing is, his damage output in terms of minions is decreased to only 75%.
Yeah.
One of his skills, yeah.
Yeah, one of his skills. So there is a good attention that is given towards the Terizla right now. Although there are a lot of changes actually for heroes, and we're yet to actually see our revamped heroes in MPL, and I'm actually looking forward into seeing that, especially next week. I think next week they're already allowed, right? But yeah, with this kind of lineup, my side lane on the Leomord, I think Leomord EXP lane. You still have YSS. Oh no. Sorry.
This is probably
What do you think? YSS jungle? It's possible.
yeah, it's a possibility. It's a
YSS
possibility.
jungle, yeah.
Now
I think YSS jungle. Leomord side lane still.
I think it's going to be Yisun Shin and Lunox in one lane. They're just gonna poke the hell out of the enemy. The one to stay there. And that only
I'm
means,
curious. I think between the two, because you have two side laners, you got Lunox and also Leomord. So I think EXP lane Lunox, gold lane Leomord. Leomord kind of benefits on the level 4.
Or
very possible, but
they could revert to 1-3-1.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibility for that
There's
trap.
a lot of
There's a lot of
possibility.
possibility for that trap, because the thing here is there's kind of a blurred line whose ultimate is more valuable, whether it is Lunox or Leomord. But if I'm thinking about it, I think I would just go for the Leomord EXP lane.
Yeah.
I think Perbiel is really impactful. That's a very big power spike for Lunox once Perbiel is already online compared to the Lunox shifting forms, right?
So Execration here,
Yeah.
surprising us, but and I want to talk about the Fanny. I think the Fanny here pick here for the side of Blufire. It's
There's no I think there's no reason.
I don't really think that there's a reason, but in terms of the catch here for the side of Execration, they only have one.
Yeah.
So I think as long as you don't have anything to lock down
Alright.
limbs, it makes sense.
Alright, so there we go. My vote was wrong. We got the Leomord on the gold lane. We have the Lunox on the experience lane. And here's a fun fact. We have Hate also joining the experience lane.
Yeah, and it's going to be Sagitnu and Hate in one lane, and they're just gonna poke the hell out of the enemy team. And the enemy hero onto this lane.
Oh, nice jump by
Wow.
Secret. That was very quick. Against Entomax. Alright. And that's the blue buff onto limbs. Okay. But that is gonna be the lane.
So what they did was, after that XP lane, Hate goes to level 2, he gets the Little Wanderer, and he heads straight for that purple buff. So that's the certain rotations that the enemy team, that the teams are doing here. If you get a carry fighter or a carry side laner, you would put the marksman onto the XP lane, then just get his levels.
And look at this. So what Chakno is doing, just going for the reset, right? A disruption towards Limbs that force actually Limbs to get his recall. He does understand that the Pani has nice capability of returning to his own buff. So what Chakno is now doing is he's trying to get some attention by visiting again the orange buff. But yeah, that is the first of the early small leads here by Execration. Another goes again to Chakno dancing around against Limbs. Alright.
And Etamax here, getting the level 4, and they will. And this is hate. Just
Of course.
they're flexing, and
Of
right
course.
now they are making money. Make it rain.
And look at that. Benefit doesn't even need to use the Marvel. Still has the green dot on the moment that he actually visited that lane. Guys, that is very important.
And
that gold lane gank, that's a lot of gold now for Hate. That's where the biggest lead will happen.
And look at the gold. It's 1k up here for the side of Execration. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, that's 1.4k gold given to the side of Execration just because of that one sequence that Execration did. Wow, that's really high, and Sagitno here is getting a fair share as well.
Yeah, of course. That's how it's done. Ladies and gentlemen, no surprise by the 4-minute mark, I'll be seeing an early item here for Heat. But Heat is eyeing actually the late game here by choosing the killing spree, and Chakno, is being impactful. That's totally okay. He did throw limbs out, and that's all he needs. That's all he needs. He just needs to disrupt continually. The mounting chakra gets casted. There is a kill though done by the Luno, if I'm not mistaken. There's gonna be Chakno who goes for the unstoppable force towards
And
full
Chakno
defense.
got
Chakno
the
got the buff. That's how it's done. It puts in the logo of the Onyx here.
Oh
And
no!
yeah, that's Etamax also following through. Doesn't matter. Even with the death on Etamax, that's a lot of pressure there by Execration. And lots of freedom for Hate. And Benekiti also farming in. And guys, that's the final minion. That's the final artillery. Gold artillery gold. Yeah, that's the final artillery gold that we'll be seeing on the gold lane. So that's a 340 mark, guys. And yeah, all lead on Execration. 2K.
Yeah, and Sagitna here getting chased down, doesn't have the mana, but Hate is here, and that arrow will connect. You know what? I really like the idea of
Oh my
Yisun
God.
Shin
Yeah.
being the jungler, because in terms of rotation, he has good range.
Just look at that, ladies and gentlemen. What Benekidi decided to go for is a very early, instead of the Bloodlust Axe, he went for a very early Blade of Despair. On his way to actually building it, he got the 2 Legion swords already up, and I think Raptor Machado and a physical attack dagger is present also towards Hate. It can't be denied though that Benekidi will be getting more gold, or maybe something. I'm not so sure yet. Maybe we want to revisit that. But it will be no surprise if Benekidi really has an accelerated gold. He is in
Yeah.
the gold lane and he is winning.
It makes no sense if Benny Cutie on the Leomord goes for the
Bloodlust
Bloodlust axe, because the thing is, if you think about it, the other team is backing on sustain. So if you're gonna out sustain a Thams, if you're
Yes,
gonna
yes,
out sustain a Uranus, it won't make sense because technically they are better sustain heroes than you.
Yeah.
So if you're
Compared
gonna
to the item
if,
sustain.
yeah, if you're gonna bandage it with the Bloodlust axe and think that it's gonna make sense for you,
Yeah.
then it's not really, it's not really going to favor your side. But if you think about it, if you go for a Blade of Despair, they don't have their core items. When you step on them with Barbiel, the Phantom Steed,
Whatever regeneration.
whatever regeneration there is, it's gonna take a heavy chunk out of their HP. And it could take them to 30%, where Leomord shines more.
Yeah. And my man, it's a bit slow and a bit less obvious compared to our game number 1, but Execution has another unique composition that made it work here for our game number 2 against Blufire, even with this technical boss, guys. I think it's kind of set already for them. We have returned, guys.
And look at this, 2 rockets.
Yeah, I was thinking if the damage would be enough. I honestly thought it might be an execute or it might be a finisher for the Fanny, but yeah.
Probably at 4.
Probably at 4.
Probably at 4 rockets, it could make sense. But here is where invades matter, to be
Yeah,
honest.
and there's retribution, so there's really no chance of Chu denying that.
Look at, look at Louis just staying into the mid lane. You know what? What I'm actually surprised about here is you put a Louis into the mid lane. She doesn't have the certain mobility secret here. Is between the crossfire here of three heroes of Execration, and he won't really live. But putting a Louis into the middle lane, he doesn't have that certain amount of mobility, you know. But the thing is, they made it work again.
And it's a very defensive hero. The low you just put your first skill here, you just put your dispersion, and you can have a lane that you can steadily shove and clear. And while Unseen is just dancing around, he's not fully backing. That's very risky for him. If Benecuti decides to go, good thing the Barbell is already down for that side. Curse of Crow, Energy Impact not gonna be connecting. And of course, with that, Execration would just retreat by a bit just so they can take this turtle, guys. Guys, the lead is too much. Get 6k here. Legion Sword, 2. Onto the side here of Hate. Also a kill. No, actually, the turtle secured for him. And even the Mounting Shocker would hurt a lot against the side of Blufire here. The only built item that I'm seeing would be of a Queen's Wings and, of course, a Clock of Destiny for Blufire.
But hey, you know what? Execration here, they are making things work onto their side. And I saw that there is an enchanted talisman for Louis here. Mana regeneration is going to be on point, but look at this!
Yeah. And there is the ult from Puzakin! Oh my god!
it it just stopped them on their tracks.
I mean, there's the ult on the ground by Puzakin. It's a bit late, actually. I'm not sure what happened there, but, it is what it is, Killing spree.
You know what? It's counterintuitive to actually use wings by wings to get into an area here for unseen. Because the thing is, once they see unseen in another lane, the other lanes go, and the side lanes that there is an access of the Farsa in terms of feathered airstrike is just gonna back off. So it's not really working right now. The fights aren't really focused into one lane as our previous meta does. But now we can see that there is going to be a bit of a dilemma in terms of just picking that Farsa.
We are now here onto the last turn outside the base here of Blufire. Teleport. Actually, diversion coming in from the low E. Followed up with that Mounting Shocker. Not gonna be bought here by the Blufire. And I think this is gonna be very difficult. All you need is to just have Jack to go in. This is a bit slower compared to the Kufran. Totally understandable. You're using the Joehead, but Joehead has higher pressure.
If you think about it, Limbs is only at level 6, and that's because Chakno isn't giving him anything free.
Yeah.
It takes a Fanny to use all of his energy on Chakno just to get something. So that means he's forced to almost always go out.
Man, 9k of the goldie here for the side of Execration. Even Hate here can easily solo a turtle without having to worry for anything. I'm actually of course, this is Blufire. We are still watching. This is a Blufire match. We are still watching, but I wouldn't be surprised that really a team which is comes prepared, even by just a margin against another team, and totally understand one mechanic of the next project, next patch against their opponent. I think it could lead to one-sided series, really one-sided matches, really, because you can drafting and of course laning is as close to a checkmate. You can already set up a checkmate just by leading and just drafting alone.
And look at the nuke coming out here from Louis, and this is pressure on all sides of the map. Blufire, they are defending. They're trying to fight this, but look at Limbs with a few slashes and a few hits of an arrow. He's forced to go back.
To go steady here sa gitno, kiting back. There is a very beautiful ejector there against a secret delivered towards sa gitno.
Okay.
Alright, there is one kill. But of course, Benecuti will be cleaning up. Demon Hunter Sword already available here for Hate, and they will follow through. The next one would be of Puzakin, pushback done in by Benecuti. They're gonna be Joe, and under the feathered airstrike, and Max will fall down. There goes Limbs. And Limbs will walk away.
And oh man, this is It is really just hard for the side of Blufire. They cannot do anything at this point. Well, it takes a couple of mistakes for Execration for them to actually come back from this. But at this point, a team of a caliber like Execration, they won't really back down. And look at this going in.
Yeah, very good
Very
flicker there.
cutie.
Yeah, very good flicker there actually by Unseen. Especially the quick initiate by very good. He's just baiting Secret here. Maybe just establish pressure there, but at least we get the 10-minute mark. And I can feel a nice stall there by Blue Fire. Unseen is doing quite a good job in clearing the waves, defending properly, using the Farsa, just using the safe distance that the feathered airstrike provides for Farsa.
You know what? One of the things that I've noticed is if you have a good jungle rotation or a good jungle pattern to just getting the minions or the monsters, you can probably go solo lord at 10 minutes.
It is possible. I would agree.
Yeah. And
A solo lord, yeah.
a solo lord isn't that far fetched at
Yeah.
this point because you know what? It's MLBB.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Butters, we have a lot of gold in the early game. We have a lot of resources in the early game, and lots of resources in the early game could actually provide a lot of scaling for scaling heroes. And interestingly, he didn't focus under the turret here. Still, no inhibitor turret will be knocked down against Blue Fire.
And look at Chakno here. Wherever Limbs is, I am there as well.
Yeah.
He's not letting Limbs go out. It's like a master. It's like a dog on a leash. He's not letting it go.
Yeah, especially, and the interesting part here is it's the dog that is actually catching it's the bunny that looks like a dog here on the leash, but let us see. The turret is still alive. Finally, he decides to go for it. It just only takes one hit to finish it. And yeah, inhibitor turret is down for that part. But still, the game is up and available for Blue Fire. But it's only a matter of time. Another diver by Benekidi cancels out the feathered airstrike. Chaknu fully commits. He gets stopped by most of the members of Blue Fire. It doesn't stop him from killing Unseen though. And yeah, now that gives freedom for Hate again to target his second inhibitor turret down in the mid. They go for that top lane side. Benekidi now will be going back into his normal form as the Barbiel will expire. There is gonna be Sagitnu stay into the front line. Chaos Darkening will be casted. Fade away actually. And now he has his brilliance on. It's gonna be Limbs missing some of the cables, ladies and gentlemen. But the moment it goes in towards Sagitnu, Sagitnu will be casting that Order of Brilliance. And yeah, that's it.
I'm actually
Yeah.
seeing Sagitnu with a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
That Sagitnu's meta was actually the carry side lane, where you have all the time in the world to get farm for your side lane. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you have two cores
And scale, right?
and scale. So I think with two very strong cores, or three strong cores from the side of Execration, they can make this work on their favor.
And Fanny is a very difficult hero to be utilized. Oh my god, a full combo here done by the members of Execration. This is the explosiveness that we are waiting for. Even in this one-sided game, layered with everything from Hate's Mountain Shocker to Benny Cutie's Barbiel. I think that might be it. We get some minion wave still. Fuzaken and also Chu is still alive. Etamax will be going back. He does have his ultimate on. He can easily teleport in and diversion onto the base here of Blue Fire. Teepers are also coming in. Wave clear onto Benny Cutie. Hate is also kiting back. Chu is just dancing around. And Lives is gonna be there. Again, I just want to go back to my point that the Fanny is really not an easy hero here to be utilized ever since, at the start of Mobile Legends. She is like a hero that invites challenge to a lot of players. And yeah, I mean, we are seeing here, even though there is some good performance there on the Fanny, and it takes a lot of mastery actually to get into this level, I think Limbs needs some improvement still on the cable work. On the cable work in that Fanny, because we're seeing some missed cables for that part. There goes Chakno, they go for the dive, Chew into the front line, flicker in, no ejector, and there goes Limbs. He wants to get into the base of the other DB, gets chased down by Benekidi along with Hate. And I think that's it. Already one skill unlocked for Hate here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's still an artillery minion. Etomax also going to be receiving some damage from the Blue Bars defense squad. Remember that it's only just 4 members alive. Benecutie in critical health. Jackno also goes for the dive. Barbell is still online for Benecutie, but of course, onto the side there goes Chu. He wants to target him. He wants to target Benecutie. They go for the wave clear. They're just dancing around. There goes Jackno onto the side, and Blufire tries to maintain composure. Benecutie flickers in, wants to make an explosive pick, and he has done so, and that is it. 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Execration.
Execration here just showing us that their understanding in terms of the game being annoying and just exerting, just flexing that map control that they have. They make it work on their side, and goodness gracious, it's a 2-0.
I'm just happy that we see, even if we see 2-0s here, even if this is totally within our expectations against Blue Fire. I'm just happy that we see something different. We see something